This is me Muskan Ali and you are watching TrendX AI. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this explosive expose. Today we're diving into one of the most shocking conspiracy theories.
Circulating in the shadows of P26, this Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was secretly killed
In a targeted Iranian missile strike on March 1st, 2026, and the world is being fed elaborate cover-up using body doubles.
AI deepfakes, and controlled media narratives. Buckle up.
This theory weaves real facts with the what-ifs that powerful elites don't want you to question. We'll back it with figures from reputable sources like the New York Times, CNN, and Al Jazeera, but remember, this is speculative territory. Let's start with the official story. Tensions between Iran, Israel, and the US boiled over in early 2026.
Amid Iran's brutal crackdown on its own protesters, killing hundreds in what Wikipedia calls the 2026 Iranian protests.
By January 13th, Iranian officials were openly warning they were ready for war, while the US amassed air and naval assets in the region at levels unseen since the 2003 Iraq invasion. Then, on February 28, the US and Israel launched joint strikes on Iran,
Codenamed Operation Lion's Roar by Netanyahu himself in a PBS release statement.
These attacks killed Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei and other top figures,
As confirmed by Iranian state media on March 1st, triggering 40 days of mourning.
The strikes were massive, according to the Institute for the Study of War, ISW.
The combined US-Israeli force hit thousands of targets in rockets.
Casualties? Devastating. The Iranian Red Crescent reported at least 555 killed across 131 cities
In just the first few days, including 168 at a single site in Tehran, per CNN.
The Guardian noted Israeli jets launching a broad wave of attacks right into the heart of Tehran.
President Trump, in a New York Times interview, suggested the campaign could last 4 to 5 weeks.
With more US losses expected, already 4 American soldiers dead by March weren't. But here's where the conspiracy kicks in. Iran didn't just sit back. They retaliated furiously, firing missiles and drones at Israel and US assets across the Gulf. Al Jazeera reported at least 3 killed in the UAE alone, with 58 injured.
Hezbollah, Iran's proxy, lobbed 6 projectiles at an Israeli base on March 2nd, prompting Israeli counterstrikes in Lebanon.
And crucially, Iran's Revolutionary Guard IRGC claimed they specifically targeted Netanyahu's office
And the Israeli Air Force headquarters using K-bar missiles, as stated in a Fars news agency.
Release picked up by the Times of Israel. Israel dismissed it, saying no injuries, but conspiracy theorists ask, what if that's the lie?
In a YouTube clip from March 1st, he vows the full strength of the IDF is deployed,
calling these painful days. Another Al Jazeera video has him promising increasing strikes on Tehran, something he's hoped to do for 40 years. But analysts on forums like Reddit and X point out inconsistency, lighting mismatches, unnatural blinks, even voice modulation that screams AI. Remember, Netanyahu has been obsessed with Iran for decades, likening it to Nazi Germany in New York Times reports. This war is his legacy play, toppling the regime after damaging.
as The Guardian notes, with broad support for the war despite mounting deaths.
A dead PM could fracture alliances, especially with Trump pushing regime change.
Simple. To prevent chaos in Israel, where Netanyahu's militarism has few critics.
Per the International Institute for Strategic Studies IS, figures back this motive.
Oil prices surged, global markets rattled. Iran-Israel war sends shockwave. From New York to the Middle East, instability grows. Oil prices surged, global markets rattled. Iran-Israel war sends shockwave. From New York to the Middle East, instability grows.
And Gulf states like Saudi and Qatar hit by Iranian strikes, enter The Guardian. And Gulf states like Saudi and Qatar hit by Iranian strikes, enter The Guardian. Evidence points. Analysis reveals key findings.
Timing anomalies. Netanyahu's statements post-strike are all pre-recorded, no live pressers.
CNN aired one on February 28th, but nothing unscripted since.
IRGC claims they boasted hitting his office. Instagram posts from Economic Times echo this.
Why claim it if not true?
Audi double history. Israel has used decoys before.
With AI tech in 2026, faking Netanyahu is child's play.
Wider cover-up. CSIS events discuss the Iran-Israel war. Experts analyze the fallout and next steps.
Hinting at unstable leadership vacuums, AP News calls the war spiraling further. If true, this means the Israel we're seeing fight on, pounding Iran with US backing, is led by a ghost. Trump's 4 weeks timeline, a distraction. The real endgame, secure oil, crush proxies like Hezbollah.
But at what cost? Over 555 Iranian dead, untold Israeli casualties hidden.
So, is Benjamin Netanyahu really dead, assassinated by Iran in revenge for Khamenei?
Or is this just smoke? You decide. Like, share, and subscribe for more uncovers. Stay vigilant.
Thanks for watching our video. For more videos, please like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video.